Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is CJ. This is the Dirty Derbs YouTube channel, or the Dirty Derbs Racing channel. This is my 1990 S10, and we have to get it ready for sick summer. So, if you watched the last video, we went testing with the very small tire. This is a 8.5 wide by a 26 tall, and this is the Rowdy Radial tire. So pretty cool class, super small tire, and the truck actually does pretty well in it. We'll see how many other people show up as of like heavy hitters, but I do know at least 7 people are already in this class that I'm familiar with. So we have to get this thing ready to basically fill the bed up full of bunch of stuff, you know. Our scooter's got to go in here, our luggage. We have to be ready for a week of driving. It's going to be Sunday through Friday. Every day is a different track. We have to drive to and from there, of course. So hopefully everything goes well. I believe last year it was 700 miles round trip. So not the craziest thing in the world. It's actually pretty local. I don't think I'll have a problem, hopefully. Last year, we did blow up a motor, and we changed the motor in a parking lot in the rain. It took us 4 hours from start to finish. We took out my 408 stroker. We put in a 4.8 liter. I think it had over, was it 340,000 miles on it? It was kind of a cool deal. Later on, we actually ended up getting that 4.8 to go pretty fast. But sick summer, we were kind of fighting a lot of little issues and bugs with trying to get that to work. But I'm gonna get this thing warmed up, get it off the trailer. We got to switch these tires. I want to preserve them the best I can. I want to make sure that whatever the prep is that was on the last track that we were at kind of stays on the tires. I don't want to drive them on the street and destroy them. Keep them nice. We have some, the shop light makes everything look yellow, but these are my street beefs, my beefy street tires. So these are some Walmart tires. They're like 31 inches tall, so it helps with highway gear. And probably good for a lot of other things. Mud tire, I bet we could use it as a mud tire, snow tire. We're gonna fire this thing up, get it warmed up, pop off these straps, of course, and put her there in the shop so I can change these tires out. So let's see how she does. Almost. It'll pop off now. So I'm pulling these wheels off, and I just want you to understand how small these tires actually are, because they might not look super small while they're on the truck, but that's my hand, and I don't have the biggest hands. In comparison, that is a deflated, no air in there, there's no wheel. That's a 28 10.5. So that's a pretty big difference. And this is what people consider like small tire. So to go from that to this and have my truck still work as good as it does on that small of a tire is actually huge. That's pretty sweet. I've seen a lot of people go really fast on these tires, but their 60 foots are like, I've seen people go half a second faster than I have, but their 60 foots are almost the same as mine. So that makes me feel pretty good that my 60 foot is dialed in pretty decent. Now, if I could just pour in the power a little bit down the track, that'll get me in the ballpark. So I'm gonna get these things switched over. I will show you how I load the tires. So I don't haul a trailer. I don't like having a trailer if I don't need one. I have a pickup truck. I would still like to use it as a pickup truck. So last year what I wanted to do was build a shelf over these, and I kind of came up with something last minute. And that's this 3-legged plywood angle iron stand that I have, and it hugs the fuel cell. There you go. Hugs the fuel cell just like that. And then take my wheel. Oh, let's zoom out a little bit here. There we go. So then my wheels just sit like that. And once the other one is in here, it actually fits super snug in the bedside, smashed up against this tire, so they don't move at all. So I actually like how it works out. There's some things that could be better, and we're gonna try to make those things better this year. Okay, we are in the garage, and I have a whole box of goodies. Do an oil change. We're gonna change gear oil. I've got some smaller thing of hand wipes. Had to drain all the antifreeze out and put in some distilled water with some water wetter. And then I got these exhaust extensions to help keep the fumes and stuff out of the cab. But I've got some help today. Hi, girls. You gonna help me change the oil? Yeah. Alright. Everybody's got gloves on. Good. We got jack stands and a jack underneath the truck, so we're safe. Okay. I'm gonna get the oil filter busted loose so they can get a little oily. Alright. Yep. Stelly.
Still up.
You had one job, Stelly. That's okay. Alright. So we got the old oil out. Got the oil filter off. And Scylla is putting the new oil filter on. I always fill up the oil filters, pre-oil them. I never put them in dry.
Dad, can I have a napkin?
Yes. And tighten that up almost as hard as you can with your hand. I'll probably go over it just in case when you're done.
All this stuff on me.
You got tight? Alright, now you can put this drain plug in too. Yep.
Daddy,
Yes.
can I do anything?
Yes, you can help too. Hold on.
I just gave something wrong. I need another job.
Need another job?
Yeah.
Huh. You can help me pour in the new water in the radiator, okay?
I can?
Yes. But Mom's gotta finish this job. We gotta put our belly pan back on.
What's a belly pan?
Just in case my motor blows up, it catches all the parts and doesn't make a mess on the track.
Is this the motor?
That's the motor.
This is?
Alright, you got her tight, babe? Mm-hmm. Alright, here's the wrench for that plug.
Super tight?
Yep. Yep. Alright, I'll double check that stuff right before I put the belly pan on. And then we're going to put some coolant in this thing.
What's a belly pan?
A belly pan? I just told your sister. Alright. Okay. Stella's got the camera now, so we got to put her belly pan back on. And I'm pretty sure this is the second time that I've almost had a small fire with the whatever oil pig mats. So
Scarlet, stop.
sure that used to have at least 1 or 2 more screws in it. Okay. Let's move some of this stuff. Now we have to put the truck back on the ground.
Dad.
You want me to look at the camera
Yeah.
and not watch Mom? What if she overfills it?
No, do you
Pour the whole thing in.
is
Yeah.
going-
But if you go really fast, sometimes it might shoot out. So a little slow.
She got the glove. She got the gloves. She got the oil. She got everything. Hey, hey, hey. And she got the face. Ah, that's bullshit. Apparently, you can see that. Mom is helping.
Slow down.
Stop.
All right, well, the kids weren't that much help, but it was actually really cool to have them out here with me and just tinkering with the truck. So they don't do that too often, but it's really cool when they do. So had to add that in there. But we're moving on. What are those? Extensions. I'm not sure what I'm really going to gain from this. I'm kind of just hoping that it kind of shoots the exhaust just, another foot out of the truck and maybe keep it from getting inside the cab. It's not terrible inside the cab, but if I could make it better, that'd be sweet. I've got an experiment going on back here. So I'm trying to pack light, and it's not very often that I have to have an air compressor. This truck has an onboard air system. It's got a 1-gallon tank and a tiny little compressor. That's all for my boost control and stuff like that. But over the winter, I bought this little kit and I put in an air hose quick coupler on there. So I know that I tried to air up actually one of the Firebird tires, the front ones, with it, and it took a long time. But if I don't have to carry an air compressor and I have this one built into the truck, it just kind of seems silly. So I deflated this tire and I'm gonna see how long it takes to air it up. I assume that the air compressor is just gonna keep running and running and running and running, but if I don't have to bring an extra air compressor, I don't want to. So I'm gonna try this out real quick, see how it works. So I just aired up this tire with the air compressor on the truck, and it took like, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes or something. I'm probably going to say that's good enough. And although I am relying on an air compressor that's this big, basically, I can use, so if somebody else has an air compressor, I could use this hose and come up with a coupler and air up my air tank, my 1-gallon air tank, if I really have to, So I'm not completely dead in the water. I can stop at a gas station, air this tank up. That way, like, if that compressor dies, then I'm not dead in the water with the boost. So I think this is a success. And also, I have an air hose. Not very often that you have, an air nozzle to, I don't know, blow something. So count that as a success. I'm going to undo that. I'll throw it in this box. Oh yeah, I also picked up some, was this Bauer? Just some Harbor Freight pack-out boxes. I've never had any, and these, obviously they all snap together. I'm trying to get them loaded up right now. I don't know if I'm going to bring all 3. This is the 3rd one. I got 1, 2, and the big one. The big one I'm definitely bringing. All the Milwaukee tools are going in there. Don't know if I'm bringing that one yet, but I might bring this one. I got to get it full, and yeah, I mean, so far it's working out pretty good. I'm just trying to do everything that I can. It's hard to pack everything you have, but pack as light as you can. So I'll keep coming up with some more stuff, and I'll let you know how it goes. Alright guys, we're back at the shop, and this is another day of trying to prep for 6 summer. We got spare motor, hold on, right there. So, this motor was actually just going to be like work related. I buy them and I sell them and yada yada. But all my spare engines are either taken apart or at the machine shop, and I don't have any spare motors. So this is a Gen 3.5 6.0. Got the Gen 4 rods and some 317s. I am going to kind of just take this thing apart and clean it. I'm going to pull the heads off. I've got a set of 243 heads with some dual 660 springs and ARP head bolts, LS9 gaskets, kind of the same combo we do on everything. Well, we usually do studs, not bolts, but I just happen to have bolts and not studs, so that's what this is getting. I'm going to strip this thing down, get all these front accessories off, get the exhaust off, the motor mounts, clean this block up the best I can. And this thing will just basically sit in the back of my, my daily driver truck, along with my spare Turbo 400. And just in case anyone needs anything on 6 summer, this stuff will be ready to drop in. And my theory is that if I do all this work and get this motor together and have it ready as a spare, I won't need it. Right? Pretty safe assumption. But if I didn't have it, I would need it. So that's kind of my thought process on that. Wishful thinking, but I really hope that me or anybody else has any engine or transmission issues, but it's racing, so we'll just prepare for the worst. And having an extra engine sitting around is not a bad deal.
And I just lose control, when I'm in the zone, I let it all go, and I just lose control, when I'm in the zone, I let it all go, This is what I made it through, turning pages to raise the roof. We paid in full, the legend of leaders eager to break the rules. It's April Fools, we shining and grinding, increasing revenue. And lately I've been feeling like, wait, don't let me kill the vibe. Corona on the islands, in the States we drinking Miller Lite. I'm feeling like I'm Tom Cruise, falling through vanilla skies. Wide awake, I stay up, I've been working hard on my hills. I've been whipping, turn that wheel, we partying in the hills. Partying in the hills, and you don't know how this feels. We partying in the hills.
So we got all the accessories off of it, and basically it's so greasy that I'm probably going to leave the heads on it for now and the oil pan, and I'll probably slap the valve covers back on, and I'm going to stop at Dollar General, get some oven cleaner, spray this thing, and then hit the car wash after that. I'm just going to throw it in the back of Great White there, and hopefully this thing cleans up decent. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but it should be cleaner than that. So we got the 6.0 cleaned up and stripped down. We got the side of the block pretty clean. It actually turned out decent. I'll take a little more time and wire brush and stuff. Maybe I might just paint over it. I don't really care, but I got to clean up the head surface, clean up this oil stuff, and I got a whole bench of parts over here. These lifters were in my old 6-liter, and it spun a bearing. So right now they're soaking in gasoline, because so far I've found that that's the best way to clean some lifters out, get all that stuff broke up. Tomorrow I'm going to have to take each and every lifter apart to clean all the metal shavings out of them. Same goes with the pump. This was a brand new pump, and I need to take it apart and clean it, which these are super easy, super simple. And then the rest is just kind of self-explanatory. We got those 243 heads, dual spring, yada, yada. So, yeah, tomorrow we'll kind of keep working on this thing and hopefully get it all together tomorrow, and I could just kind of put it in the corner and forget about it. So we are back at the shop with the truck. Today we took Stella to school and she hated it. I don't know why, but the exhaust extensions were great. I feel like it drives smoother. It's definitely a little quieter, even though it's only, 10 inches of extra turn down or whatever. It definitely helps the drive. So I'm pretty stoked on that. I don't know if they're going to stay on. They're just clamped on. They might fly off. I don't know. Might have to tack weld them, but that means they're on for the whole weekend. I've got the bed situation pretty close. This box goes tucked right in here and it fits really well. We got this whole open space here. But right now we need to do a whole nut and bolt check, and also we need to change gear oil. So I haven't changed gear oil since last year. Honestly, I've never changed gear oil if the rear end isn't blown up. So I'm trying to get my program up a little bit. So we'll get this thing in the air, drain that fluid. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to drill the bottom of the rear end so I can put a plug in it. This thing's just regular OG 9-inch, nothing fancy. So if I were to drain the fluid, I have to separate the third member away from the case, or separate it from the housing, and I don't really want to do that right now. I just kind of want to drain the fluid. So we'll get working on that. Okay, so I'm drilling a hole here to put in basically a petcock, and I'm kind of going over the rest of the truck, spraying some WD-40 on all of my joints. This thing's starting to squeak quite a bit, and I'm just kind of tinkering around, and then I happen to notice my anti-roll bar is no more. So now it's rolling, and we don't want it to roll. So I'm gonna have to redesign this deal or just weld it more gooder. Fix that guy right up. But good thing I caught that. That would have been, obviously not good. This thing wouldn't have hooked up worth crap without that. So we'll get that fixed up. Kind of just go over the rest of the truck. I do have to get a transmission blanket on here, which I have at the house. I need to get that on. But other than that, do some greasing and some nutting and bolting under here. Should be ready to go. Back in the garage. Yesterday you'd seen that we changed the gear oil. I fixed that anti-roll bar. That thing broke clean off. I had to weld it back up. I got that welded back in, greased up, lubed up. It swivels good. Everything's working freely and happy. So I'll kind of share with you how I've got the bed situated right now and some of the things that I'm going to do to try to prepare for this drive. So first things first, we gave the windshield a really good cleaning, and I was going to put some Rain-X on it, but Jeff brought over some ceramic coating stuff that he put on his window, and the last time I rode in his truck in the rain didn't even come within a 10-foot radius of his truck. So that stuff was amazing. We're going to apply that stuff on here. What is that? I literally just washed this window. Get off there. So we're going to do that just in case it rains. This thing does not have wipers on it anymore. The bed situation is dialed. So one strap goes around there, holds in all the tools and the parts, the gas cans, and frees up the bed space. So we have this whole empty space here and these pockets for whatever else I want to bring. The scooter situation is dialed. Last year we sat them up here on top of the wheel well, and that's the result of that. So we're not going to do that anymore. Actually, I'll show you on the other side. Jeff's was going to rub on here. I ordered some sticky foam off Amazon and just stuck it right there just so it's not tearing up his scooter and my truck. I also put some sticky foam on top of the battery box because my wheel rubs on the battery box and I don't want that. I put some up here. So there's that. I also built this little guy I had stated before that the wheels fit snug in here. Well, that was the 28s. I forgot about that. So the 26s, they want to slide all over the place. So I had to build this stopper, little wedge to keep the tires from sliding over. But other than that, my tool situation, I'm pretty stoked about. This clear case and everything that I've got going on in here. We got all the metric LS hardware stuff, wire, glue, RTV. I got drill bits and die grinders, caps and plugs, wiring, relays. We got gaskets of all kinds. Any kind of LS gasket that can fit in this box is in this box right now. What else do I got? Oil filter, lug nuts, spark plugs. This is just gloves. We may end up using this spot for something else, but for now. And then the box underneath is going to be power tools, all my Milwaukee stuff. Other than that, I got the interior cleaned out. Man, interior is looking pretty fresh, I must say. So I enjoy that. Oh yeah, I forgot. I took my trans brake button. So it used to be on the steering wheel. It drove me absolutely nuts. It would get caught on my keys, my turn signals. This is a tilt column. Get caught on this, and it was terrible. So in the last couple of videos, you've probably seen me holding that cord, and I'd throw it up over my phone holder, and then I just drop the button when I'm ready to go, and it hangs out on the floor. I got rid of all that. And now it's back here on the shifter. It's mounted nicely. The wirings ran completely underneath the carpet, all hidden, looking good. So I'm pretty happy with all that as well. But that's basically it for right now. The event starts in 8 days. So Sunday, today's Saturday. I'm trying to get this video out, but I would like to do a video every day next week or during the event. I just don't know if that's physically possible for me. So editing the video takes about 50 times longer than making the videos. So I struggle with that, but I'm gonna try to keep you guys updated. If I can't get one out every day, maybe it'll be every couple of days, and hopefully I can at least get that out for you. So she's pretty dialed, and I think that's gonna be it for today's video. So I appreciate you guys watching. We are close to 4,000 subs. I want to hit 5,000 subs this year. That might be a lot to ask for, but just a little over a year, we've got almost 4,000. We're at 3,900 right now. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you.